Didn't God do that for you? Didn't God do that for me? Sometimes we woke up in the same stupor we went to sleep in. We didn't know whether it was day or night, didn't know where we was. Some of us had the clothes that we had on for weeks. Some of us slept wherever we could sleep. Some of us couldn't sleep at all. But what about tonight? What about last night? Did you get some rest? Yes. Did you have a little comfort? Yes. A little peace? Who did all of that? He gave us a song in the night that we can rejoice in the day, that we can look up because our redemption draweth nigh. All right. You finished? Verse 3.
For my soul is full of troubles, and my life draweth nigh unto the grave.
Keep going.
I am counted with them that go down into the pit.
He said, right now, I'm in a pickle. I'm in a predicament. I ain't where I need to be. Hello? He says, if I die like this, I'm a goner. How many of us can agree? We can't die with the mess we got in us now. But listen what he continues to say.
I am as a man that hath no strength.
You hear that? Don't we get like that? Sometimes we just can't go no further. That's it. One more thing happened and we're going to blow. Am I right? But listen what he says in verse 13.
But unto thee have I cried, O Lord, and in the morning shall my prayer prevent thee.
You see, God is listening. God was listening to David, and he's listening to you and I. Psalms 134:1. He's not giving up on us, but he gives us time to think about what we've done, to meditate on what he's done for us, to bring us a mighty long way. Hasn't he brought us a mighty long way? And we know we don't deserve it. And when Jesus fixes a thing, he says, those sins, those things, he don't hold it to us, so much so that he cast it in the sea of forgetfulness. Oh, what a God. What a God. If anything need to be thrown into the sea, is us. But he throws the thing that's in us in the sea of forgetfulness, never to remember them anymore. He don't throw it up in our face like we do. Hey? He says we're going forward, moving forward. Amen? 134 verse 1.
Behold, bless ye the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, which by night stand in the house of the Lord.
When? What time? At night. At night, the deepest hour when you're all alone, when no one else around to disturb you. You can talk to Jesus real good. Amen? You can make a lovely song in your heart, make melody in your heart. You can love him to death. I remember my mom and I would say, throw Jesus a kiss. And she would do it, and we would mimic her at times. But eventually, we got so in tune with seeking God, we began to do it on our own. Not even thinking about it. Sometimes we would hug ourselves like we was hugging Jesus. Because we felt his presence. Because he was there. And he's still the same God. He's here. If you let him be, he'll take you over that bridge of troubled water. Amen? What did he say do?
Lift up your hands in the sanctuary and bless the Lord.
So he said, lift them up, be glad, be excited. I've got victory. How many of you got victory? Believe you got victory tonight. How many of you believe you're going to get victory tonight over the devil, over that thought, over that thing that's holding you back? Tell the devil, I got you now. Amen. So he said, lift up your hands, not in surrendering to the devil, but you saying, I surrender all to Jesus. Blessed Savior. I surrender all. Amen. He said, who is that God you serve? Who is he? Verse 3.
The Lord that made heaven and earth, bless thee out of Zion.
Zion at this point means out of heaven. God sends his blessings from heaven. When praises go up, blessings come down. All right. Isaiah 30, verse 29. Isaiah 30, verse 29. Don't ever give up hope and trust in God, but let him give you a song to take you through whatever you're going through. A song in the night, a song in the day, a song in the evening, a song in every way. Amen? Will you do it? That means you have to constantly, consistently talk to the Lord where he can talk back. That's a song. Comes down, comes in your heart. Amen? All right. Isaiah 30, verse 29.
Ye shall have a song as in the night.
Read that again.
Ye shall have a song as in the night.
Look at that. Who gonna give it to us?
When a holy
Solemnity
is kept,
and
gladness of heart.
When you true about it from your heart, sincerity, and you really earnestly seeking God, he said that song will come. Don't you want it?
And gladness of heart.
Did you hear that? God comes into I'll never forget, I was seeking God, but I was crying and crying. God had already broken up my heart, had already shown me my sins, and I'm still crying out to God for the same thing. And Sister Diamond had told us, when you do that, you're making God a liar. Huh? But I kept doing it because the devil wanted me to be sad in the wrong way. He wanted to break up my heart. Yeah, Jesus wanted to break up my heart, but the devil wanted me to have a pity party about it and not trust God. You've been there, right? Some of you been there. And so I'll never forget, he used Ellen. He said, she said, why are you doing all that crying? She said, remember when Mama Diamond told us the Lord coming to a glad heart? And I was just snotting and everything. It was a time for that, but not at that time. Because I had done all that, and now I'm staying there. Now I'm really just sorry. Just sorry. I mean, really sorry. You know, have you ever been sorry? And there wasn't no need for that at that point. It was time to thank God because I believed he had forgiven me. So she said, thank God. Start praising him. And the moment I did, man, I went up to heaven in a sense. I mean, all of the tears dried up. I felt the presence of God and the power of God. That's what God is trying to get us to do. Get in sync with him. There's a time and season for everything, isn't it? Yeah. He said he gave him a song as in the night and a holy solemnity. In other words, he had a holy peace. He had a quietness and a stillness where he could be still and hear God's voice. That's what God's trying to get us to do. We're so busy. We moving and anxious and wanting to go, and God telling us to sit down. And when we need to sit down, we get up. And when we need to sit down and get up, we sit down. And so we out of sync with what God is saying. Hello? Go ahead.
As when one goeth with a pipe to come into the mountain of the Lord, to the mighty one of Israel.
You see, he's got a melody, don't he? It's played unto the Lord. It's a song maybe nobody else ever heard, but you and God. He's in tune. Are you in tune with God tonight? It's time to tune up. One more thing, and then I'll be done. Deuteronomy 31. And there's more to this than I have, but I want to show you something if I may. Deuteronomy, 31, verse 1. I think that's what I want. 31, verse 1 and 2.
And Moses went and spake these words unto all Israel. And he said unto them, I am 120 years old this day. I can no more go out and come in. Also the Lord said unto me, Thou shalt not go over this Jordan.
So the Lord has already talked to Moses. Now he's telling the people, today's my birthday. I'm 120 years old. And the Lord then told me I'm not going into the promised land. I'm getting ready to die. You see, God got a time for us. And when he says these words, Moses had to be ready. Did he not? God reminded Moses why he didn't go to the promised land, because he had sinned against God. He got too high-headed, pride, and he didn't honor God when he called them rebels. Those were God's people. Huh? God don't care what position we hold. He cares on the condition of our heart and how we do it unto him. Unto him be glory, right? Yes. Not unto us, but unto him. Now, as Moses is getting ready to go, he's counting down not weeks, months, but days. And God talks to him again, verse 19.
Now therefore, write ye this song for you, and teach it the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel.
And so God now tells Moses, you get ready to die, but before you die, I want you to write this song and teach Israel this song. This song wasn't just with music. This song was a solemn word from God to tell them what they had done and what he's going to do, and let them know that God still loves you. This song was to tell them Moses is going away, but God has not left you without a leader. Joshua is getting ready to step in, and you all still got rebelliousness in you. But God gonna fix that too. He's telling us the same thing, saints. Don't you know he's talking to us? Hello? In verse 29, same chapter.
For I know that after my death, ye will utterly corrupt yourselves and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the works of your hands.
We must keep that song in our heart, because we don't want to stay the way we are, do we? Amen? I or you, we got to get our heart in tune. That's what it's about. Tune up with God. It's nothing worse than an instrument that's out of tune, a voice that's out of tune, a life out of tune, a car that's untuned up. It's bad business, ain't it? What about our lives? All right, read the last one.
And Moses spake in the ears of all the congregation of Israel the words of this song until they were ended.
And God is writing a song right now to us. And he's telling us,